Right, very good. Warning. Audience should note that the following nonsense contains disturbing themes and horrific imagery from the start. You reap what you sow. Part 1. Reap. It looked down at the crib. The remains of the baby lay in shreds. It was as if someone had tipped a gallon of bolognese sauce into the cot. The shrieks started behind it, ear-piercing and thorax rattling. It turned to face the adult human stood in the doorway. It moved across the room with lightning speed and thrust its pointed, serrated forelimb right through the human's face, like skewering a tomato, inside squirted out in all directions. The screaming stopped. Silence returned. It seemed puzzled, as if experiencing something new. It withdrew its limb, the serrations ripping teeth, tongue, and eyeball juice with it. The adult human collapsed. The creature roamed the house, silencing pets and humans, and then feasted on its endeavours. 2 hours before. Consciousness returned. It was dark. It was in pain. It was hungry. Only the amygdala part of the brain had survived the transformation. React, terror, urgency, automatic pilot. It was hungry. It seemed equipped with spikes and claws, pincers and gnawing teeth. It escaped first from its cocoon and then from its underground box. Hunger consumed its intent. 4 hours before. It is with great sadness that we return Pat to the earth. Only 16 years old and the only child of Professor Sam Bernwitz, MBE. May they rest in peace. They leave a hole in all of our lives. Part 2. So. 20 years before. So, Dr. Bernwitz, the interviewer looked at their notes. Your Jaffa cake / biscuit is the answer? No, of course not, but it is part of the solution. You see, this Jaffa cake / biscuit will revolutionise humanity. The research is clear. People don't like taking pills instead of food, and protein shakes only go so far. This Jaffa cake / biscuit is a one-stop shop. One cake / biscuit per day will not only will you not need to cook anything again, but you'll never need to do a number 2 either, if you excuse my crudeness, which in itself is a win for the environment. But is it safe? Yes, of course. Sam takes a bite. It's made of organic oranges, non-dairy chocolate, and of course the flour is made from my own super barley. Which is genetically modified, is it not? And you still won't divulge how you managed to get so many of the essential minerals and nutrients into your barley, and why only China will allow you to grow it. Well, China had the space, that is all, and the barley can withstand very cold temperatures, so it seemed an obvious choice. As to the how, well, that is a secret that I will take to my grave. Sam smiled. But you do say what do you say to all the protesters and campaigners who threatened your life, I believe? Well, just this. The way we consume food is the single least sustainable thing we do. They won't admit it, but it is worse than air travel. Not only are our food production systems archaic, but our storage solutions, whether fresh or frozen, are highly energy hungry. Our food preparation machines use huge amounts of electricity. You mean ovens? Well, it's not just ovens, it's air fryers, microwaves, toasters, hobs, plate warmers, waffle makers, slow cookers, pizza ovens, barbecues, fire pits, grills, poachers, ice cream makers, bread makers. I could go on. Not only do they all use energy, but they're all difficult and resource heavy to manufacture. But what about the social family time associated with food preparation and eating? Surely you'll lose all that. Well, Sam smiled, isn't that what Monopoly was invented for? One last question, Doctor. Are your Jaffa cakes / biscuits safe as the only source of food for a whole lifetime? Absolutely. If I'm ever lucky enough to have a child, this will be their only diet. Sam lifted a pack of 7 Jaffas with the price of £10 per pack clearly marked. A banner with the question, "An end to food poverty?" unfurled behind them. 13 years earlier still. Mum, I love you so much. Don't go. Please fight. Sam, you'll be fine after I'm gone. It won't be long now. That was true. Her heart was struggling. Her bones were brittle, her eyesight failing. She was Sam's mother only in actions. Great aunt was a closer biological description. But she'd brought Sam up after the death of Sam's parents. Tell me again how you're going to change the world. She loved it when Sam spoke. It meant she didn't have to. It was exhausting. Also, Sam came alive when they talked about their work. Well, I'm nearly there. I found somewhere cold and deserted to grow my barley. I just need to find a source of protein and minerals to splice into the barley DNA. Then we can start sowing the seeds. Mum was fading now. The time had come. Her last words, as if a gift from the afterward world, were, "What you need is an insect or something. Isn't that what they use, grubs? Or maybe a butterfly or a locust?" She faded away. Sam hardly noticed. Their mind was captured by the idea of butterflies and locusts. Thank you very much.